And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the New York Giants. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
You draw focus. Hey!
No gain on the play. Brings up second
Hey!
and 10.
High 7.
At the 24-yard line.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Yep.
Target. Check 24. Shoot! Watch the shoot!
Yes.
Out. Check. Press it, go!
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now Jones. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one. I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Hey, alert 3.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Titans first down.
50 to Mike. Here we go. Check. Lucky. Hatchet. Hey, watch it.
A first down carry for Henry. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Right here. Let's go, defense. And who we got? Motion. Mike's 50. Cut.
From just shy of midfield, Mariota. He finds Corey Davis. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 30.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Mike 50. Mike 50.
From the gun, Mariota. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right. And you're trying to limit the number of plays an offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Go. Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
He's checking. He's checking.
Chris on Travis.
Deuce. Mike 5-4.
Hey.
Mike 5-4. I'm coming. Check 4.
Ready.
Now Saquon Barkley. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Come on, set. 60 or.
Hey, let's get this.
Hey, Echo.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He's going to field this at the 4. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Mariota, hands to Henry.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First down, Tennessee.
6-man. Check curls. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check 43.
On 1st down, Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Back at the 11-yard line.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, and it's third down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He's going. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Check tight, check tight, check tight.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Third and long here for Mariota. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Here's Brett Kern now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. No score after one on EA Sports. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Barkley unable to get away on the first down run as he'll be stopped for a loss of a couple. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check 26, check 26.
On the run, it's Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
60 outlaw. Hey, Charlie. He's tired of winning. Go. Back. Watch the eye. Pilot, 64, weak.
Check. Wide.
Get it.
On third down, Barkley. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A 63-yard attempt.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. Let's go. Mike 7, let's go. Mike's 50. Watch the run.
Mike 50. And let's get
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. Fourth down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Yep.
Now it's Barkley. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Coming to you, coming to you. Kill, kill, kill.
80 weapons. Hey, Delta. Say go.
Throwing Jones. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Giants on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fielded just inside the 20. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. And they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Watch the motion.
Right 55.
Mariota gives to Henry. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And that's caught by Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Mariota on target there to Humphries. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Mariota on first down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go. Man up. One. Watch the ship. One. Go. Watch the ship. Staying open.
To try again after the sack. Mariota under pressure again, and down he goes again. Lorenzo Carter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
Watch the whip. Kill.
Derrick Henry. Room to run past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I can maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Smooth. 54. Mike's 54. I hope you brought your lunch.
Ready?
Back to throw. Jones. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight. Scoreless. And Henry's hit. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
He's crashing. He's checking crack. Jim. Showing up.
This is Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's taken inside his own 40. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down.
Right there. 55.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jones. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Jones throwing on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Jones hit and the ball's out. It's picked up by the Titans. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Henry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check 55, somebody! Check pass! Check pass! Check 99! Check 99!
Hey, motion backfield, motion backfield.
Mark 55! Mark 55! Watch the run! Watch the run! Watch the run! Mark 55!
Again, it's Henry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Push him back! Push him back! Check 15, check 15. I got him, back mine, I got him. Mike, 55, right there in the middle, 55. Watch the slant.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down, Titans.
Blue line. 3.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Alpha. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. I know he ain't got it. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. It's coming this way, Here we go.
Mariota now to throw on first down. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check 31.
Motion.
Mike 50. Rabbit.
Now it's Henry. And an alley to run. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All day, every day.
Hey, Haywood. Now.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up. Give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
54, right, 54. Hey, let's get some penetration.
From the 40 now on second down. Jones, they'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 30. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Go!
Hey, switch gears.
They'll run with Barkley. And an alley to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
25, check 25. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big run that time by Henry. 47 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Watch out. Check. Motion out the backfield.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And that makes the score 14-7. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
No! Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Blue draw, horse, let's go.
2nd and 14. Going up top. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Giants on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Hey, Zoo. 54. Ready?
Here's Jones. Operating from the gun. Got a man, Slayton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16.
Hey, Wahoo!
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Ready? Mike 54.
Hey, exit.
Record.
22 jump ball, hit it.
Jones now on 1st down. That's complete to Slayton. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Watch the screen. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Hey!
54 Mike. 54
5.
2nd and 3. Catch made by Slayton. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 44-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Yep.
Be ready.
Yes.
Mike 54. Here we go.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve dribble.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Off play action. Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Check safety.
Operating from the gun. Jones. He's going to air one out. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. This is Barkley, and this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Back at the 15-yard line.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Jones, off play action. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Look at me, zipper.
55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Check.
On 3rd down, Barkley. He will push his way down to about the 14. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Charlie.
Here's Jones throwing on 4th down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Corey Coleman. His first touchdown of the new season, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
That's track. Joker.
Hey, Delta. Yo, go.
Check. Block 54.
I smell fear in that offense.
Shoot.
Go.
They're going to try and run for it. And he is in for the 2. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
don't they? All the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They'll run it again with Henry. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Line
20th carry now for Derrick Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll run. It's Henry. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. They'll run with Henry. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And now Mariota and the Titan offense, they're going to line up to go for 2.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Shift. Watch the shift. Check 9, check 9.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. Got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. And incomplete here. So that will leave them with 16 on the clock. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go, dude.
Hey, Alpha.
55, my God, 55. I'm coming.
80 weapons.
I'm coming after you. Out. Check 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
70, Indy.
55, exit, exit. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Mike 55, Mike 55. Go, go. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Hey. Smooth. Deep grip.
Back to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
It's fourth down.
Ready.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for Tennessee, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.